Alright, I haven't done these in a while, and I apologize. It's just been busy. I was gonna record one. I think it was Tuesday. Um, and my phone wasn't working, and I film on my phone if you don't know. And I had to go get a new phone. Then I got busy with school, swamped with other things. I just ended up getting so busy that I didn't have time to record these. So, um, with that said, I apologize, but it just happened. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna get a. So I know I'm just kind of pulling everything out. There it is. Okay. I watched like a ton of movies, so excuse me if I like forget something. I end up having to put it in the other video. It wasn't intentional. It's just like that's. It's just I had been so busy that I watched so many other things that it was like I didn't have time to watch everything. I will say, if you want to see my review for the Magic of Disney's Animal Kingdom, that episode one, I reviewed that on my channel. The Society of Second Born Royals on Disney Plus. I reviewed that. I also reviewed a ton of other Disney. So I reviewed that. I reviewed like a ton of other stuff. There's a Star Wars haul. A lot of stuff, fun stuff posting on my Kabam Studios channel. So with that said, let me pull out the last of these movies here and show you everything I got here. I do need to do like a steelbook haul on my main channel too at some point. I got a lot of steelbooks now. But oh shit. I pulled out this. That's not what I meant to pull out. There we go. This steelbook. They're all in the same section. They almost have like exact same colors. Kind of. Well, at least the same hint of red, and so I just grabbed it. Thinking it was it, and it wasn't. So let's talk about some stuff. So I finished all the Shrek movies. I watched Shrek 3, and Shrek 3 was, of course, terrible. But, like, it was so terrible that I've never been able to finish it up to now, so I feel happy that I actually sat down and watched the whole film for the first time since I saw it in the theater when it came out. Yeah, Shrek 3 is freaking terrible. Never watch this movie. The reason why it's so bad is just, it's not funny. And so, like, it's just characters making jokes that are so obviously not funny. And it just keeps going and going and going. And it's like, just shut up! It's like one of the worst comedies out there, honestly. Well, okay, so that's not true, but it's definitely one of the worst DreamWorks films. The writing, the story, just the direction of everything is awkward. Shrek Forever After is a smart go back to where Shrek kind of came from, and it's a smart subversion of all things It's a Wonderful Life and other fairy tales, just like the first two, but also like it brings back the emotions that kind of went through the first two movies, and I really enjoyed that about it. Puss in Boots was a fun kind of like adventure movie. I honestly think this is the second weakest. Like, it's not some awful movie, but it's just all not that memorable, and I think that's why they kind of just never made a sequel. I still would like to see a sequel, but sadly, it doesn't look like we're gonna get one. And then I watched Shrek the Musical, which is so good that they rhymed lyrics like "I'm very bipolar" with "I'm a very skilled bowler." no, I'm a very gifted bowler. Or something like that. I was like, really? And musicals are supposed to add depth to stories, like, because they're longer and they can do that. They introduced Shrek's parents in this movie at the beginning for absolutely no reason. It adds nothing to the story. They show up for like 5 minutes. Shrek goes off on his own, grows up, and lives in a swamp. Oh. And it has the same amount of context as the first movie. It was really awful. And then you see, like, just added context. There's just certain scenes, like Farquaad gets, like, songs and stuff. And I get it's a musical, but, like, they try to make him sympathetic. Farquaad ain't supposed to be sympathetic. That's the point. He's a parody of a Disney CEO of the company at the time whose name sounds like that. And they made him sympathetic. That's all I have to say about that. Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. It's another Night at the Museum movie. That's all I have to say. I like these movies, but like there's just nothing to say about them. They're not special. They're not that great. They're just fun kind of stories in museum. I think the second one is the best because of the story being more grandiose and epic and stuff. Scooby-Doo, The Curse of the 13 Ghosts. The series. So I know this is a double feature that you can buy at Walmart. It comes with... I'm actually liking these double features because these are actually beneficial. Like, I know I had the Zombie Island one. And I was like, crap, I want to get Return to Zombie Island, but I don't have Zombie Island. And I found it in double feature for $5 at Walmart. This has The Curse of the 13 Ghosts movie. I haven't watched that. I watched the series. And by gosh, this show is terrible. I think it's a common thing with every Scooby fan that if Scrappy-Doo is in something, don't watch it. He's in it. But what saves the show is Vincent Price, but Vincent Price is really good in it, but like it's kind of like yeah, but I guess as a Scooby fan, like a big one who watches it, anything Scooby-Doo, I enjoyed it. But besides that, really bad. Clash of the Titans, the original. I watched the remake. It was really bad. So this film was created by Ray Harryhausen. It was the first film he did. Last film he did. He's famous for stop motion creatures, and that's what this film is all about. And kind of see some of them on the back. Some of the best of all time. Like some of these monsters are freaking scary. Some of them are just freaking cool. But yeah, I mean, it was a dated type of thing in the 80s, which is unfortunate because this is incredible special effects work. This is better than I think a lot of the work that we get nowadays, and the feel of it is incredible. And it's just like, wow. And this movie is really, really fantastic. I mean, you see this Pegasus here? That became the TriStar logo because that's how great and influential this film is. And it's just such a fantastic movie. One of my favorite movies ever made. Outsiders, the complete novel. Okay, so here's the thing about this movie. This is a Francis Ford Coppola movie. He's director of Godfather 1, 2, and 3. And he also directed Apocalypse Now, all the various different cuts of that movie. He also directed Jack with Robin Williams. Yeah, don't watch that movie. But the other ones are great, except Godfather 3. No. But So Outsiders is this movie that it has a theatrical cut, and the theatrical cut cuts out like many essential scenes that are necessary to make you understand and like the characters within the story. And so when they cut that crap out of the movie doesn't make sense. And so yeah, it doesn't make sense. And so now you're watching this movie that has nothing. But if you buy the complete novel edition, it puts those scenes back in and makes the movie way better, and you get attached. The characters are fantastic. This was based on a book, and it's got a lot of great people in it, like Tom Cruise when he was younger. You got Amelia Estevez, Patrick Swayze, so many great people, and also Ralph Macchio. That's right, Karate Kid himself is in this movie. I was listening to an interview where he's talking about his career. So from what I understand, after Karate Kid, and I believe Karate Kid 2, he went on to be in this movie because he auditioned for it and he petitioned for it. He said, I love the novel. I want to be in this, and he did like so much work to be in this film. It's honestly like astounding what he did for this movie, and it's an incredible movie. It's one of the best coming of age movies I think out there. Francis Ford Coppola used to be a really good director, not so much anymore, but yeah, definitely watch this movie. And lastly, Hellboy, the first Hellboy with Guillermo del Toro, which is fantastic. I wish they had done more with these movies, but this was a fantastic movie. I'm not going to say too much about it because I just think you should go watch it. Because I know a lot of people have seen the Guillermo del Toro movies and they're huge diehard fans of them. But there's also a lot of people that haven't, and they need to because they're freaking-tastic. Ron Perlman is amazing as the character, and I wish we had gotten a Hellboy 3 instead of the reboot of it's with what's his face? What is his name? What is his name? What is his name? David Harbour. That's his name. Sorry, I'm putting in this movie. Because I'm getting ready to watch it after this video. But yeah, he is fantastic. Oh, you know what? There's one more film I watched. I watched Toy Story 4. It's still great. That's all I have to say about it. I love Toy Story 4. My favorite Pixar movie. Not the best, just my favorite. So yeah. Stay tuned for more videos coming soon.